I pulled a paper at 11 at night last Tuesday and could not put it down. Robert Wolf, University of Texas Medical Branch, Galveston, 20-year follow-up on muscle protein synthesis rates in adults over 65. The finding that stopped me was not the overall decline. That is expected. It was the times variable buried in Table 3. Evening protein dosing, in subjects who also performed evening resistance work, showed a synthesis spike that persisted into sleep, 22% higher than morning-only protein. The methodology was stable isotope tracer phenylalanine incorporation into muscle biopsy samples. Legitimate measurement. I was skeptical until I cross-referenced it against the Maastricht Casein trials from 2012. Same direction. The body does not treat evening protein the same way it treats morning protein if, and this is the critical part, if you have created demand for it in the 4 hours prior. You are looking at your arms in the mirror and calling it fat. It is not fat. The vast majority of what you are seeing is the absence of muscle. Specifically, the absence of the triceps lateral head and the triceps long head, the two sections that give the back of the arm its shape. What happened is not weight gain. What happened is your muscle cells stopped replacing the proteins they lose every single day. That loss has been happening for years. You are noticing it now because the volume deficit finally became visible. I review case files from documented subjects in the longevity literature, and this pattern shows up in roughly 60% of adults over 65. The common belief is that arm flab is subcutaneous fat, and the solution is calorie restriction. That is the wrong model. Lexell and colleagues did autopsy morphometry in 1988, compared muscle cross-sections from subjects age 20 versus age 80. Triceps type 2 muscle fibers, the fast twitch fibers that give arms their firmness, were 50% smaller in the 80-year-old samples. Not fewer fibers. Smaller fibers, the cells were still there. They had shrunk. The reason they shrunk is because the rate at which your body builds muscle protein slowed down, and the rate at which it breaks muscle protein down stayed the same. In a younger adult, those two rates are roughly balanced. After 60, the breakdown rate stays constant, but the building rate drops by about 30%. You are running a deficit. Every day you lose a little more than you gain, and over 5 years that deficit becomes the shape you see in the mirror. Here is what makes this fixable. The breakdown rate did not go up. Your muscle is not being destroyed faster. It is being times rebuilt, times slower, which means if you can reaccelerate the rebuilding process, you can reverse the visible loss. Not all of it. Some of the atrophy is mitochondrial, and that is a separate conversation, but the structural volume loss, the part that makes your arms look undefined, that is reversible. The protocol I am going to walk you through is called the Evening Triceps Reset. 3 steps, 5 minutes total, 2 weeks to first visible change if you are consistent. It is not a workout in the conventional sense. It is a targeted mechanical stimulus delivered at a specific time of day with a specific nutritional follow-up. The combination matters more than either piece alone. Step 1. Eccentric-only triceps extension. You will need one moderately heavy object, a water jug, a cast iron pan, a dumbbell if you have one. Weight should be something you can hold overhead with 2 hands, but would struggle to hold with 1 hand for more than 10 seconds. Stand. Hold the object overhead with both hands. Elbows locked. Slowly, and I mean slowly. 4-second count. Lower the object behind your head by bending only at the elbows. Your upper arms stay vertical. The object descends in an arc behind your skull until your forearms touch your biceps. That is the bottom. Now use times both hands times to press it back to the top. Locked elbows. That is 1 repetition. You are going to do 6 repetitions. The lowering phase is the part that matters. 4 full seconds on the way down. The lifting phase you can do however you need to use momentum, use both hands, I do not care. We are isolating the eccentric lengthening. That lengthening is what creates the mechanical tension signal that wakes up dormant satellite cells in the triceps. Roig and colleagues did a meta-analysis in 2009-20 trials, all in older adults, and found that eccentric training produced 1.46 times greater strength gains than concentric work. The reason is the sarcomere lengthening under tension. It is a stronger signal. 6 reps. If your shoulders hurt, stop. This is not an injury protocol. If 6 reps feels easy, add weight next time. If 6 reps is impossible, Reduce the weight or switch to a resistance band looped over a door. The goal is controllable difficulty. You should feel tension in the back of your arm during the lowering phase, not pain, tension. Timing. Do this between 6 and 8 p.m., not earlier, not later. Your muscle protein synthesis machinery is under circadian control, a set of clock genes in the muscle cell nucleus that regulate when the cell is most responsive to growth signals. Areta and colleagues at the Australian Institute of Sport showed in 2013 that evening, resistance work synchronizes with a natural protein synthesis peak that occurs 4 to 6 hours post-dinner times. If times you provide the ADAS, right nutritional substrate during that window. That substrate is step 2. Step 2. 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of finishing the 6 reps. Specific sources matter here. You need at minimum 2.5 grams of leucine in that 30-gram dose. Leucine is the amino acid that directly activates mTOR mammalian target of rapamycin, the master switch for muscle protein synthesis. Katsanos demonstrated in 2006 that older adults have a blunted mTOR response unless leucine intake crosses 2.5 grams per meal. Younger adults can get away with 1.5. You cannot. Sources that hit the threshold: 4 ounces of chicken breast, 1 scoop of whey protein isolate, 6 ounces of Greek yogurt, 5 ounces of salmon, 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. Pick one. Eat it within 30 minutes. If you wait 2 hours, the stimulus decays. The resistance work opened the window. The leucine bolus is what drives protein synthesis during sleep. Why does this matter at night specifically? Because while you sleep, your body enters a fasted state. Normally, that fasted state is catabolic from muscle. You are breaking down more than you are building because there is no dietary protein coming in. But if you front-load a high leucine dose right before bed and you have pre-stimulated the muscle with eccentric work, you flip the equation. Rez and colleagues at Maastricht University gave 70-year-old men 40 grams of casein protein before bed after an evening leg workout. Muscle biopsy 6 hours later showed a 22% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to placebo. The casein provided slow-release amino acids. The workout provided the demand signal. Together, they turned sleep from a catabolic period into an anabolic one. One detail. The protein has to be times after times the resistance work, not before. If you eat the protein first, insulin rises, and insulin interferes with the growth hormone pulse that normally occurs in the first 90 minutes of sleep. Growth hormone is one of the signals that keeps muscle protein synthesis elevated overnight. You want the resistance work, then the protein, then sleep. That sequence matters. Step 3. Minimum 7 hours of sleep, starting within 2 hours of the protein dose. This is non-negotiable. Muscle protein synthesis peaks during slow-wave sleep, the deep phase in the first half of the night. Datilo and colleagues showed in 2011 that a single night of sleep restriction to 5 hours cut muscle protein synthesis by 18% the following day, even when protein intake was adequate. The synthesis machinery is hormonally gated by growth hormone and IGF-1, both of which are released in pulses during deep sleep. If you are waking up at 3 a.m., if you are averaging 5 to 6 hours, this protocol will not work. You can do the resistance and eat the protein, and you will see minimal change because the overnight synthesis window is getting cut short. Sleep is the third leg. Remove it and the structure collapses. Let me walk through the mechanism now that you know the steps. I delayed this on purpose because the mechanism is less important than the action, and I wanted you to have the action first. But if you are going to do this consistently, you need to understand why it works. Your triceps muscle is made of thousands of individual muscle fibers. Each fiber is a single cell long, cylindrical, filled with contractile proteins called myofibrils. Those myofibrils are what generate force when you extend your elbow. They are also what give the muscle its visible volume. When you lose triceps size, what you are losing is myofibril protein mass inside each fiber. The fibers are not disappearing, they are shrinking. Myofibril proteins have a half-life. They degrade naturally. In a young adult, the cell replaces them at the same rate they degrade. Protein synthesis equals protein breakdown. Net balance is 0, so muscle size stays constant. After 60, protein synthesis slows. Wolf measured this directly using stable isotope tracers. You ingest a labeled amino acid, wait a few hours, take a muscle biopsy, Measure how much of the labeled amino acid got incorporated into new muscle protein. Older adults incorporated 30% less than younger adults under the same dietary conditions. Breakdown stayed the same. Synthesis dropped. The cell falls into deficit. The deficit is not inevitable. It is times conditional. It happens when two things are missing: mechanical tension and amino acid availability. If you provide both, the synthesis rate goes back up, not to age 20 levels, but high enough to restore balance. Mechanical tension is the signal. When you lower a weight slowly under control, the myofibrils inside the muscle fiber are being stretched while they are contracting. That stretch under load creates micro damage at the Z line, the structural anchor point where actin filaments attach. The damage is microscopic, it does not hurt, but it is enough to wake up satellite cells. Satellite cells are muscle stem cells. They sit dormant along the outside of the muscle fiber until they receive a damage signal. Once activated, they proliferate, they divide, and then they fuse into the existing muscle fiber, donating their nucleus. More nuclei means the fiber can transcribe more mRNA, which means it can build more protein. Verdijk showed in 2014 that 12 weeks of resistance training in 70-year-olds doubled the satellite cell content in type 2 fibers. The cells were there. They were just asleep. The training woke them up. That is what the eccentric triceps work is doing. 6 reps is enough to create the mechanical signal without creating so much damage that recovery becomes the bottleneck. You are not trying to destroy the muscle. You are trying to gently irritate it. The leucine bolus, 30 minutes later, is the fuel. Leucine binds to a receptor on the muscle cell surface, which activates a SIG-mTOR. mTOR is the master regulator of protein synthesis. When it is active, the ribosome, the protein-building machinery inside the cell, ramps up translation. More ribosomes working means more muscle protein being assembled from the amino acids in your bloodstream. In younger adults, mTOR is sensitive. A small leucine dose flips the switch. In older adults, mTOR becomes resistant. You need a bigger dose to get the same response. Katsanos called this anabolic resistance. 2.5 grams of leucine per meal is the threshold to overcome it. Below that, mTOR stays off. Above that, it turns on. Timing the protein dose to the evening matters because mTOR activation syncs with your circadian clock. There are clock genes inside the muscle cell nucleus, BMAL1, clock, cry, that regulate when the cell is most responsive to growth signals. Those genes create a rhythm. Protein synthesis capacity is higher in the late afternoon and evening than in the morning. Areta measured this using muscle biopsies taken at different times of day. Evening resistance work plus evening protein produced a synthesis spike that lasted into sleep. Morning work plus morning protein did not. The slow-release protein during sleep extends the synthesis window. Casein is the classic choice because it forms a gel in the stomach and releases amino acids over 6 to 8 hours. Whey is fast, it peaks in 90 minutes and clears. Casein keeps your blood amino acid levels elevated through the first half of the night, which is when growth hormone is pulsing and driving the anabolic window. This surprised me when I first read the Maastricht data. I assumed nighttime was catabolic no matter what. It is unless you preload the system. The combination of eccentric work, high leucine, and slow protein flips the overnight period from breakdown to buildup. Now the practical part. What you will notice first is not size. It is firmness. Week 1, maybe week 2, the back of your arm will feel tighter when you press on it. That is intramuscular water being pulled into the muscle cell as glycogen stores increase. Glycogen is stored with 3 grams of water per gram of glycogen. As the muscle starts synthesizing protein, it also replenishes glycogen. The water follows. That is a good sign. Visible size change takes longer. 4 to 6 weeks if you are consistent. The change is not dramatic. You are not going to look like you did at 30, but the undefined sag will start to fill in. The lateral head of the triceps will begin to show a slight curve again. The long head, the part that runs down the back of the arm toward the elbow, will look less flat. If you have significant subcutaneous fat on top of the muscle, the protocol still works, but the visual change will be slower. You are rebuilding the underlying structure. The fat is a separate issue. This protocol does not burn fat. It builds muscle under the fat. Over time, as muscle mass increases, Resting metabolic rate increases slightly, which can shift body composition, but that is secondary. The primary goal is structural. One modification. If you cannot do the overhead triceps extension because of shoulder pain or limited range of motion, substitute a bench dip. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, hands gripping the edge next to your hips, feet flat on the floor in front of you. Slide your hips forward off the chair so your body weight is supported by your arms. Lower yourself slowly, 4-second count, by bending your elbows. Your hips drop straight down toward the floor. Stop when your elbows hit 90 degrees. Press back up. 6 reps. Same eccentric focus. Same 4-second lowering phase. If you are on a blood thinner or have a clotting disorder, check with your doctor before adding a 30-gram protein bolus at night. High-protein meals can interfere with some anticoagulants. If you are on a restricted protein diet for kidney disease, this protocol is not appropriate. The leucine threshold requires adequate total protein, and that may conflict with your renal limits. Let me address the genetic piece because it is murky. There is a gene called ACTN3 that codes for a protein called alpha-actinin 3, which is exclusively expressed in type 2 fast-twitch muscle fibers. Roughly 18% of the population has 2 non-functional copies of this gene. They are called ACTN3 null. Those individuals have slightly lower type 2 fiber performance and slightly greater difficulty maintaining muscle mass after 60. The data on whether that affects response to resistance training is conflicting. Some studies show no difference. Others show a blunted hypertrophic response. If you do this protocol for 8 weeks and see zero change, it is possible you are ACTN3 null. That is rare. More likely the issue is sleep, protein timing, or insufficient mechanical load. There is one other variable worth mentioning. If you have been sedentary for more than 2 years, your satellite cell pool is depleted. It is not gone, but it is lower. The first 4 weeks of this protocol will be spent re-expanding that pool. You may not see visible size change until week 6 or 8, because the early phase is cellular. You are rebuilding the infrastructure before you can rebuild the structure. Do not interpret slow initial progress as failure. The system is responding. It is just responding at the cellular level first. The mitochondrial reset protocol, we teach the one linked below this video, includes a more comprehensive approach to sarcopenia that addresses not just the structural loss, but the mitochondrial dysfunction that often co-occur. One of our viewers, a woman in her late 60s, wrote in 3 months ago, describing exactly what you are seeing: arms that looked undefined, no visible muscle tone, frustrated because she had tried resistance bands and seen no change. She started the full reset protocol, which includes the evening triceps work, the leucine time dosing, and a mitochondrial support stack. 8 weeks later, she sent a follow-up. She did not lose weight. Her arms measured 1 inch larger at the midpoint. The change was muscle. The protocol worked because it addressed both the synthesis deficit and the energy deficit at the same time. That full protocol is available below. You do not need it to see benefit from what I just described. The 3 steps I walked through: eccentric work, leucine timing. Sleep will produce measurable change on their own. The reset protocol accelerates it by adding mitochondrial support, but it is not required. Here is what I want you to do this week. Pick one evening. Tonight, if possible, do 6 eccentric triceps reps. Eat 30 grams of high leucine protein within 30 minutes. Go to bed within 2 hours. Do it again tomorrow night. Do it 5 nights this week. 2 weeks from now, measure the circumference of your upper arm at the midpoint between shoulder and elbow. Write it down. Do not rely on the mirror. The mirror lies. The tape measure does not. If this is the kind of research that helps you take your health seriously, subscribe. I go through peer-reviewed literature every week looking for interventions that actually have mechanistic backing, and I translate them into something you can use. No hype, no supplements you do not need, just the biology and the application. Keep asking questions the system is not answering. I will see you in the next one.